I do know Ian. I've talked to him a couple times now. He does love the Bay Area. His family loves the Bay Area. So let's hope that maybe Mama Williams will say, no, we need to stay here. That's what I'm hoping for.
Are you listening?
Take a deep breath. Only 2 weeks to go before the guys get back to Santa Clara and start honing those bodies and getting ready to kick some 2016 ass. Forward to that. But between now and then, this is why, as you know, with me, it's 365 days a year, 24/7. I can't stop at talking about the 49ers. I thought about going to the doctor, but I know there's nothing he can do for me, so I will keep continuing to talk 49er football. That's why I've been bothering you about who's your favorite 49er, which has been very interesting because I would have suspected there'd be only 2 or 3 guys that everybody would be picking. That's not the case at all. This week, Ian Williams. Good. 49er fans are showing that it's not all about the glamour boys, the skill positions, the sexy picks. We appreciate the guys down in the trenches, the hard workers, the blue-collar men of the football players community. The guys that represent, let me put this in terms that relate to us. Mr. Average American Joe. That's him. He works harder than everybody else on the field, but he gets paid less. But without him, everything falls apart. Yeah, that's it. That's the guy we can relate to. You can be buddies with this guy. You and I we can meet one of these guys and just immediately click. I just know it. This is a guy that drives a truck. Forget about a Maserati. Not only does he drive a truck, he's got a big dog that sits in the truck and rides along with him. He doesn't drink or sip wine and champagne. This guy grabs a beer. That's what you gotta love, the big man down in the trenches. You know what? Speaking of which, I have a proposal I want to give the 49ers front office so bad. I think I'm gonna do it anyway. I got nothing to lose. Here's the thing. Bruce Miller, he's the epitome of what I'm talking about. Bruce Miller's a hard-working guy, not a lot of flash and pizzazz, but Bruce works hard and he gets the job done. Here's my proposal, right? Bruce Miller runs out for a play, gets a pass, boom. Miller's got sight of it, hauls it in, one defender in between Bruce and the goal line. Bruce drops his shoulder, boom, levels him, spins into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers! Now, wait for it, the entire crowd at Levi Stadium stands up. It's Miller time! It's Miller time! 49ers front office will spring for this. You look up the concessions. Guys are coming down, streaming out of the concession stands. They got these big cases of brewski. Everybody 21 and over is welcome to a freebie of Miller's Sons. This is a kind of thing that's going to bring the spirit from Candlestick Park, because our spirit, it's out there where Candlestick Park used to be. He's roaming around lost. He doesn't know where we are. But the emotion and love from the 49ers, it'll be like a big beacon in the sky, like the Batman signal. Spirit will see it, rush over to Levi Stadium, and our mojo is back. Ha! Believe it. It's the way it works. We need that. Meanwhile, when the 49ers come back on the field, everybody at Levi Stadium holds up the brew, and it goes, Bruce, Bruce.
Ronbo! Man, chill out. Let me help you with this. Damn. Ian Williams, 6'1" and 305 pounds. A twisted steel. This player is a natural born predator, Ronbo. Signed with the 49ers as an undrafted free agent back in 2011, coming out of one of the most famous football schools in the USA, Notre Dame, home of the Fighting Irish. And Ronbo, he has not shamed his alma mater. Ian Williams is a fiend.
I could have done that, you know.
Ronbo,
Yeah, but I could have done it.
be glad I was here. And you welcome. I'm out.
You know, how many weeks in a row has MC Niner showed me up like that? I could have done that part. Anyway, it is time. I want you to meet somebody that's very cool. His name is Bryan Bauer. Bryan Bauer from Niner Radio. You probably know him. You've probably listened to his podcast a million times, right? He's joining us today, the proprietor of the Dock of the Bay. He picked out Ian Williams. Let's go talk to him right now. You're going to love this guy. Niner fam! In our quest to continue to find the people's choice of 49ers, because we have a little bit of time between now and when camp reconvenes, I have went around, as you know, to find out who loves who. Bryan is out in Illinois, and he has picked, as you know, our nose guard, Ian Williams. Bryan, hello.
How are you doing, Ronbo?
I tell you, I'm delighted to meet you, man. You know what? It's funny because people have called me and told me who they wanted or got in contact with me. And, you know, you get all these sexy pics that everybody expects.
Sure.
And then I says, now Ian Williams. And even one guy, just to annoy me, he says, can I get on and talk about Eric Pears? And I says, you're kidding me, right? No, I'm serious. Okay, I'll get back to you. I haven't gotten back to him yet. He'll probably see this and wonder why I haven't called him back.
Oh, my Lord.
Eric Pears.
Trying to get someone killed out there, man.
Or Jordan Devy or Corey Lemonnier. I got some guys that I don't ever want to talk about. I want them gone now. They're not helping the city, Bryan. But anyway, it goes without saying. Now, Niners Wire picked out Ian as being number 7 on the countdown. I really don't know who the criterion involved or who's making these choices. But yeah, Ian came in at number 7, which speaks of his importance hugely. But with you, it was interesting because I noticed you not only pick Ian as your favorite, but you believe that Williams is the best nose tackle in the NFL.
In the NFL, yes.
Now that's impressive. How did he become your favorite, Bryan, please?
Well, let me tell you something. Okay, so, you know, Ian Williams, he came from Notre Dame, and obviously I watch a lot of Notre Dame games. You know, he came from playing nose tackle, and when he came over here, Harbaugh decided to sit him for the first couple years.
True.
They almost hit him. So I said, there's something going on here. So I remember watching him. He was a dominating force. Why, you know, he gets picked 2nd in free agency after that 2011 draft, right?
Yep.
No one knows about him. It's on Twitter. Oh, the 49ers just landed Ian Williams. Great. Okay, so he comes in. Yeah, I hate to talk about this, but, you know.
Go right ahead.
You know, he gets cheap shotted by the Sea Chickens, by that low, high cut. You know what's funny is before they did that play, Marshawn Lynch didn't have anything on the ground.
Yeah. And
all of a sudden they do that. They take a cheap shot. Ian Williams doesn't go after him. So fair enough. Sits out the following year. You know, then he comes back. You know, they offer him the 5-year contract. He doesn't pass the physical. Says, let me give you, you know, we're going to give you this year contract, which I think is insane because you have one of the top nose tackles that are just going to be sitting out there next year.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, a lot of 49ers saying we have all this money, you know, they have to do wisely what they have to do with this kind of money. You know, and from stats.com, and everybody can look this up, when Ian Williams is in there, the 49ers are plus 64 against the run for runners going over 100 yards. Yes. When he's not in there, they're only plus 22.
Ooh.
So you tell me, Ronbo, is that something to be a force to be dealt with?
That is a huge gap in stat. And yeah, it's something worrisome because you know what? You mentioned Marshawn Lynch, also Adrian Peterson. Ask him how often he wants to play against the 49ers with Ian in the middle. Last year, that was just ridiculous. Shut him down in that first game like he'd never been all season long. Tell you something about that. That worries me because my next question is exactly what you're pertaining to. Now, Mike Purcell and Quentin Dial are supposed to be the guys that are going to fill in there. And I was going to say, do you think Ian has anything to worry about? I'm going to change my question to do we have anything to worry about? That's kind of scary.
Yeah. The good thing is I do know Ian. I've talked to him a couple times now. He does love the Bay Area. His family loves the Bay Area. So let's hope that maybe Mama Williams will say, no, we need to stay here. That's what I'm hoping for.
Hey,
that's what I'm hoping for.
How long ago did you talk to him? Because I'm concerned about Ian showing up for day one. I mean, are we going to be ready? Yeah. Is he going to be ready for game one against the Rams? And maybe I'm thinking Ian can take that night off. The Rams, I think we can handle that, but I'm concerned about every game after that for the next 6 weeks. Right. Is Ian going to be ready for the start of camp?
He's hoping to be at least 95%.
95%
at that point. He plans on working. Maybe he does miss that first game, but he plans on playing that second game.
Well, that's a lot. If we could get Ian Williams to promise that, I would be delighted. That's all I need to know. We don't need it for the Rams. The Rams, their offensive line is average at best. They've got Gurley okay. He's going to lead probably the NFC this year in rushing. But Rams, they got to know it's unless you're not going to stop the 49ers from stopping you, especially with the defensive line we got this year. So I'm good with that. I wish you could get Ian and say, yes, I'll promise to be back on game 2.
Yes. Absolutely.
You're the guy.
Absolutely.
You got another all-time favorite. And Bryant Young, man, this guy. Tell us about Bryan because you got to meet him, you lucky guy. What's Bryan like personality-wise? Because you never know what players are like personality-wise. You only see him on TV and interviews. There's no way to assess what they're really like. What was he like?
Well, let me tell you something, and this will not be very popular upon the 49ers fans out there. The biggest jerk in the world is Joe Montana. And people who've met him will agree.
I did not see that coming. Oh my God.
But let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, we did.
One of the nicest people you ever met is Bryant Young. Bryant, he was 6 foot, 300 pounds. Again, came from Notre Dame. He 7th pick in the 1994 draft. Comes in, wins the Super Bowl, wins a Pro Bowl, almost wins the Defensive Player of the Year, but gets snubbed by Dana Stubblefield.
Dana's on our team.
But hey, that's okay. I'm okay with that. We all remember the Monday Night Football. He broke his leg.
Yeah.
They had to put thing in there. Next year he comes back, wins Comeback Player of the Year. And here's the thing, and everyone asks you that. Is he a Hall of Fame player? In my mind, he is. Okay, he has 89.5 sacks in 208 games.
Good, very good.
Okay, that's
elite.
That's pretty impressive. Elite. Yeah. And why is he not in there? I still think the Hall of Fame is a popularity contest. You look at bringing people back like Terrell Owens. He should have been the first. If you like him or not, the numbers are there. I mean, same thing. Eddie D. Finally, Eddie D. gets in. But Bryant Young, a lot of people say no, because instead of Bryant Young jumping ship and playing for a more competitive team, he decided to stay in the Bay Area and the 49ers is his home.
Yeah.
And if you sat down 5 minutes with Bryant Young, he is one of the nicest guys you ever meet. He's one of those guys that if you have a daughter, you want him
to date her, huh?
him and date her, because that's just how nice he is.
That's a serious compliment there. That's yeah. Because not one dad likes anybody to date his daughter, but you say Bryant.
No. But if I'm picking one guy, it's Bryant Young. It's Bryant Young.
That's great.
Great with the fans. And what he did is, from obviously from the '94 season to going to mentoring people like Junior Bryant, all these people that came in, and he always spent extra time with these people, with the players in there. And, a lot of people say, he's one of the few people that got carried off on that Sunday afternoon game, which was his last game. And he got carried off at Candlestick Park. And I tell you, I was there, and I was weeping like a baby. I'm not going to lie, Ronbo. I was weeping like a baby. And a lot of people
It's emotional grips. Now, you know what, though? Now, here's the thing. I want to make a comparison now. Now, Bryan, as you said, this is Hall of Fame caliber ball player. Now,
yep.
With that being said, we've got two new monsters that I think are going to be the next generation superstars in Eric Armstead and DeForest Buckner. But you and I talked about this. You had a problem with pad level.
Yes.
Why now? The thing is, about Calais Campbell right over in Arizona. Same measurements. Calais had a lot of success. Do you see us not having that same success with our guys?
Well, here's the thing. You look at you go back to Aldon Smith. And Aldon Smith, we all know that, Justin Smith kind of helped him out with we'll call it, I'll hold him up for a second, maybe, while you get in there.
Yeah, true.
And when Aldon had one-on-one coverage, his pad level never got low enough. So until he learned that, he had problems. Now, these two guys, obviously the measurements, they're huge guys, but the pad level, it's a concern. It really is.
I agree.
And the question is, will our coaching staff be able to get these guys to where they need to be? And the other players as well. I mean, I'm concerned with, if they're going to bench Ahmed Brooks, you have someone like Tank Carradine who has had a huge offseason, did all he can do, but is he ready to take that next step?
This is it, though, and he was played out of place in the first place, so maybe he'll be so overjoyed to being back to where he's supposed to be that it could be a good season. They've got Jerry Azanaro over there, and he's been working with those two big guys ever since they first came to college. So I got a feeling that may be okay. I really think because I'm sure Jerry knows exactly what the problem is, if there is one, and he's probably working with them. Because when you look at the accolades that have been put on both guys, I gotta believe they must be, technique-wise, must be close to being right. Get those hips down and drive. So.
Right. Absolutely.
Before we run out of time, though, let me say this. I got to know about the Hawks. You had a surprise for me. What can we expect, Bryan? This obsession with me and the Seattle Seahawks ownership. I want us to get that deed back, Bryan. I am tired of every time we turn up at the clink, we just get driven right through the pavement.
Here's my prediction, okay? You look at that tough schedule, and it is a tough schedule. I bet a Seahawks fan $500 to whatever charity hospital, either it's going to be in San Francisco or Seattle, that the San Francisco 49ers go into Seattle and beat them 13-10.
And
that's my
Got
prediction.
the score. God,
I even got the score.
That's confidence. And 13-10, and give it to the charities, and that's a wonderful thing, man. I tell you what, I like that. I like that a lot, and it makes sense. When statistically you look at some of the things we're talking about here, what's happened to the 49ers, what's also taking place with the Seahawks, because people are acting as if nothing's happened with the Seahawks, that they're the same people of the Super Bowl team that are here now, and it's not the case. Russell Wilson has no offensive line. It's worse this year than it was last year, and last year it was awful. So there you go.
Absolutely. It's true.
I'm looking forward to that.
And if Chancellor isn't there 100% mentally, that's a whole different team. We saw that last year.
Let me say this about that, too. Last year, he had Vernon Davis to knock down. This year, he's got bigger guys. Can you imagine trying to run into Vance McDonald and try to drop him to the ground like you did Vernon Davis? You can get hurt doing that. You get hurt real bad. So I hope he does take that shot.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It is time for that holler. Bryan, I'm going to give you a countdown on that. 3, 2, 1.
Niners!
That man was ready. Thank you, Bryan. Can't wait to do it again. Actually, we're going to be doing it again very shortly, so I'll talk to you in just a little bit. Oh, I got to ask you about this. I could not stop laughing. Johnny Manziel's jersey, right now, $1.99. Talking about fail. But remember, Manziel, remember the rumor a few months ago? Actually, has it been a few months? Yeah, it's been a few months. There was a rumor that with Chip Kelly signing, there was speculation, we had all kind of problems going on with Cap. There was speculation, would the 49ers pursue Johnny Manziel? An absolute basket case. Aren't you glad that did not happen? $1.99. I'm thinking about getting one. Coming up this weekend, of course, the 49er fan gathering. And listen, you can find all the instructions on the app. The app, by the way, let me mention to you about the app. It's a new app. So please go in and check it out. You will see how hard I've worked to make it the best, the purest 49er app it can be found. You'll love it. But you got to give me a review on that as well. Check it out and tell me what you think about it. Put the review down and tell me what you think about it. And, by the way, fan gathering, of course, as per usual, Facebook. Instructions will be there on Saturday. Of the day of the gathering, of course, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. There will be instructions for the last 20 minutes. You'll get the links right there. Oh, and don't forget the podcast, of course, on the app as well. I got everything on the app, man. You may even see me on the app. I may have a live cam on me or something. Please like if you do, share, and subscribe. Look to see you Sunday.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Niners!